better put that thing back where it came from, or so help me! Oh, we're practicing a musical. See, the laughing isn't part of the script.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
Hi, Disney fans.
Wait, what were you going to say?
Well, you just started laughing after it. It's the same thing. You just go, put this thing back where it came from, or so help me.
No, you say.
So help me.
Yeah,
so help me.
I will do
End
the
scene.
I will do the bump bump. You
didn't do the bump bump. I just sang it.
We'll do it again. We're doing it again.
Take two.
If I were a rich man, doo-doo-doo, with $1 million or $2 million,
I'd live in a penthouse in a room with a view.
And if I were handsome,
no way,
it could happen. This dream still come true. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing if...
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah,
Peter
blah.
out. It's fine. I do think you're handsome, by the way. So it's just...
Oh, thank you.
JK. You made me sing that part.
Yes. What is up, Disney fans?
Well, and Pixar fans for this movie.
Yes.
One of my favorites from my childhood.
Yes. Welcome back. Is another edition of the DISNEYCAST. I am DL, and joined with me is my girlfriend, aka the boo to my Sully, Shay.
I don't know about that one.
What? What's wrong with that one?
Who was a child?
Well, you took it there, not me.
Okay, fine. We can leave it like that. You could have done, the romantic couple in there.
I forgot
Celia.
Celia. Okay. All right. The Celia to my Mike Wazowski.
There you go.
Shay.
Hi, everyone.
And welcome to Halloween.
Yeah, welcome to spooky season.
Yes.
Woo!
Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year.
I love Halloween too.
It's so
I really
great.
love Thanksgiving also because of all the food.
All the food.
Those two are up there.
Those two up there.
We're in my favorite season.
Mm-hmm. It's time for y'all Christmas fanatics to sit down for a second.
It's not time for Christmas yet. You don't get to do that until December 1st.
Yes. So
we got 2 holidays before that.
Right. Wait your turn. I'm tired of those.
It's fall, and we're having fall.
Yes.
Right now. I'm dressed in a cute dress for fall.
It is really cute. It's really cute. She looks really nice. I wish y'all could see it. But yes, so the month of Halloween, we're going to do our best to cover a lot of Halloween themed Disney films. Mm-hmm. It's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, starting with Monsters Inc.
Yes. So
which, it's monsters, it's spooky.
Yeah, I think it fits in the theme pretty well. So we're going to be talking about all the Monsters Inc. movies, the original one. We talk about Monsters University, and then I also want to talk about Monsters at Work, the new series on Disney Plus. So that's what's going to happen. But yeah, we're going to start with the one that, that started it all.
In 2001.
2001.
I was 3 when this movie came out.
I must have been 6. Wait, yeah, 6. If you were 3, I was 6.
I turned 4 that year, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
that year my sister was born.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie is 19 years old.
So
that's how old Billy is.
We are old.
Yeah. Ancient.
Yeah, so for Monsters Inc., I remember back in the day when I was a kid, I had a VHS for Toy Story 2, one of my favorite Disney films, Disney Pixar films. Well, just one of my favorite films in general.
Just like a generally good film.
Generally good, just awesome. And they had one of the previews was Monsters Inc. I never heard of Monsters Inc. up until that point.
You're just like, ooh.
Oh,
what's that?
What is this?
It looks cool. They had a good preview too.
They really
I think
did.
they have like all the animated doors in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The teaser though was it was like this, the typical trailer guy voice doing a creepy voiceover, alluding to something scary in the closet. And what popped out is Mike and Sully, this little one-eyed green alien with horns, and then this big fuzzy blue purple monster with polka dots. Right, polka dots. The polka dots could have been a little more refined. But anyway, yeah.
I mean, this movie is from 2001.
Right.
So, like, we should give it the credit it deserves.
I mean, true.
But yeah, watching the second one directly after, you're like, ooh, the animation got better in that second one.
Yeah, man, did they step up in Monsters University onwards? But even then, when back then, the animation was still really good. Mm-hmm. This was still early Pixar, so it's like, you know, when Toy Story and Bugs Life came out, it's like,
yeah, I feel like this is classic Pixar.
Classic. Exactly.
Love it.
But yeah, I was really interested when I saw that little teaser of Monsters Inc. It looked really unique. Looked really interesting. Sadly, nobody took me to see it in the theater. Yep.
That's so sad for you. I don't remember if I think we just watched this on DVD at my house because we were all very small when this came out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and I remember seeing Toy Story 2 in the theater, so I'm like, why did nobody take me to see Monsters Inc.? I didn't see Bugs Life in theaters though, so that was another thing. So this is what I missed, and so I had to wait till it came on Disney Channel. A lot of these I had to wait till it came on Disney Channel. Yeah, I know. I'm a late bloomer, but hey, better late than never, right? Mm-hmm. I'll just let you guys know there's people mowing the lawn outside, so if you hear that in the background,
like, we can't stop them from mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
So you rotten kids making noise while we're recording.
Yeah, so we're gonna try and talk over it so you won't pay attention to it. But yeah.
Yeah, and you might not have noticed if we hadn't told you. Now you're gonna hear it the whole time.
Yeah.
Actually, it just stopped.
I think it stopped. Hopefully that's it. But yeah, Monsters Inc. Love this movie.
This is a classic from my childhood. One of us got it for Christmas one year, and we would watch it over and over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. I dressed up as Sully for Halloween when I was 5. And my brother was Other Monster, or Mike Wazowski. He called him Other Monster. Well, he was 3. So I was Sully, and I had a little Boo doll that talked. She had a button on her stomach, and she would talk when you pressed it. And so I was Sully. I had my Boo doll, which I probably still have somewhere. And then my brother was Other Monster, and then my sister was a mouse. Which didn't go with the theme at all. We should have just made her Boo, honestly.
Yeah, that actually makes a little more sense.
Little baby child.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Made more sense. And
anyway.
Or the you know, that costume that she wears in the movie with the long eyes.
Yeah,
and
where
stuff
she
like that,
was.
tentacles.
Yeah, that would have been a great costume. But yeah, I was Sully, and my brother was Mike Wazowski. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of that.
Mm-hmm. While she looks that up, I remember when I was a kid, I had a little Mike Wazowski toy, and I think I had a Sully toy as well, and I played with those all the time, along with my Woody and Buzz toys. Ah, man, those were the days. But yeah, the movie itself, it's really fun to watch. I really like Sully and Mike. Mm-hmm. They're really cool dynamic duo.
Yeah, I
in the
feel like
movie.
they have a realistic friendship.
Yeah. And the world is just really cool. It's really unique.
Yeah, I love when they're walking through town in the beginning and, like, they go by that one shop with the dude who tosses on the spiky plants. I just noticed this rewatch that it's called The Grocery. Like, that is attention to detail.
That is attention to
detail.
detail.
I appreciate that so much.
I really like that. Like, yeah, they're in this, like, monster world that pretty much works very similar to, our world.
Yeah.
It's like they act like regular people, like it's their everyday life. They go to work, they have kids, they have cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like kids playing in the street and all their neighbors wishing them well as they go by. Mm-hmm. I really like the opening part of this movie.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the opening title sequence.
It's so good.
I like it.
I love all the doors.
Yes. I miss the days where they had creative opening title sequences.
Yeah, no one wants to see the credits now, but...
You just get to the movie!
I want to watch the movie now, but, like, these older Pixar movies have really great opening sequences. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. I like it's like a, it's kind of like a drawing mixed with painting type of stuff, and these long aliens coming in and out of doors. I really like that.
Yeah.
It's very creative.
It's fun.
One nitpick, though, I probably would have placed the opening titles after the opening scene, because the opening scene is setting up like this creepy atmospheric tone, and then when it's revealed that it's staged, and it's played up for laughs after, then I feel like that would be appropriate to have the playful opening title sequence.
Yeah, that could have been good if they did it after they have the scare simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, for people that, haven't seen the trailers and, they understand what tone this movie is going to be, that would have been a cool way of, like, playing people's expectations, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, opening title sequence, really good. Continuing on with the world, what I also like is how creative they were with the monster designs.
Yeah, they're all very different and very creative. Like, you don't see a lot of monsters that look the same. Like, oh, we just changed the color of the monsters. Like, they have a lot of fun different designs, different body shapes, different numbers of eyes and teeth and arms. And
some are really tiny and some are as big as a building. And
yeah,
I was like
the one's super tall dude.
Yep.
I forgot his name, but like...
I know, it is like when they're walking down the street to work, it's like, hey, how's it going?
Like, hey, Tim, or whatever his name is. And it's just enormous.
Really, really cool. And then as far as the actual factory itself at Monsters Inc., really, really cool. This concept of they power their city by, they have like a whole bunch of doors that teleport them to the human world. And pretty much their job at Monsters Inc. is that they have to scare kids.
Yeah, they collect the scream power of children.
Yes.
The
screaming power of children powers their electricity and stuff. Like, that's interesting.
It's creative, but it's also like,
Like, how does that work exactly?
How do they find this out?
Yes,
that's what
these magic portals to another dimension.
Yeah, like, who invented that? What did they do for power before that?
Right, and like, how does the screaming of children, why is that the only thing that could power their city, Because, like, they could, if they needed screaming children, they could just have the monster children do that, right? I don't know. That's the one thing that they don't really explain at all. They just, like, go with it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I thought that was another really creative thing for the monsters to do for their everyday job. It's like they have all these big time monsters coming in.
Yeah, the scarers are like
revered. And it's like kind of a competition to. She's still trying to find that picture. I'm still trying to find it,
but I did find some cute pictures of my dog when he was a puppy, and like there's some of us a long time ago. When we saw Transformers.
Age of Extinction.
Yeah, I couldn't find the picture, but I was really cute as Sully, just so you are aware.
One day we'll be on camera so you can get more context. But yeah, so yeah, I like that there's like pretty much a competition between all the big monsters to see how many scares they get.
Ooh, who can get the all-time scare record?
And it's like they channeled these screams in these like yellow tube canister things where I'm like, okay, that's really interesting.
It's like giant battery type of deal.
Pretty much, yeah, battery chargers practically. I forgot I was gonna say something.
You forgot what it was.
I forgot what it was.
Went, woo! Out of your brain.
Out of my brain.
All right.
Oh, you want to go ahead?
No, if you remembered, you can say it before you forget.
Okay. So one other thing though, when they go into the real world, they're saying that the kids are really dangerous.
Yeah, they say that the kids are toxic, so you can't touch them.
Can't touch them or nothing,
that's why they're
you'll
like, this
die.
is a dangerous job.
Yeah.
If you go into the human world, don't let the kids touch you. Don't touch their toys. Nothing.
Right, and if you touch any of the toys and you bring them back into the monster world, then that's what they call 2319, 2319, and then they have a bunch of squadron of like these monsters.
Yeah, it's like the SWAT team coming in to destroy the human artifacts.
They have like all these monsters coming down in these quarantine suits, and then they're like they have to shave down the monster's hair and
they explode the sock.
Yep,
that he accidentally brought back with him.
Yep.
Poor dude. Was his name George?
I think so.
I think it was George. Poor George.
Poor George. That happens to him like 3 times.
Stick in this movie. Oh.
He looks so happy-go-lucky, too, with his little walk. He's like,
that's after he shoved the other dude in.
Oh, yeah, after he was about to say, no, 2319, he's like, shut up. Locks him in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there'll become a point of people keep calling stuff on me. I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was funny.
So yeah, human children are toxic. And they set up in the opening sequence too, like, your big mistake was not closing a door because the human child could have wandered in.
Okay, that
We're
goes,
like, what nice foreshadowing they're having right now.
that goes to another one of my my nitpicks, which when we get to Boo, I'll talk about it. But yeah, to get more into the actual monsters, Sully, played by John Goodman, really, really good. He's the big time monster scare at Monsters Inc. Everyone looks up to him.
Everyone loves Sully.
He's the best scare ever.
He's about to break the record.
But Mike Wazowski, his partner in crime, pretty much he's there to help support Sully with the screaming. He's not really the scare. He's the one that gets him ready to do the scares and stuff. So I thought
it's like a hype man.
Hype man, pretty much.
But he's also just switching out the canisters, loading the doors, and doing the paperwork.
And even before they go to work, Mike is giving them these scare
wakes
trainings.
him up at 6 a.m. It's like, oh, it's time for. Yeah.
Scary feet.
Kids awake!
And the bunk bed!
They're twins!
So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, we talked about her briefly, Celia, the love interest.
Yes, love interest of Mike Wazowski. She's the receptionist.
She was cool.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
I like Celia.
I thought
they don't have a ton of her in here, but I like what they do have.
Yeah.
And then Nemesis.
Randall. Played by Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Second
place to Sully in terms of the scare record. He's trying to beat him.
Yeah, he has this big chip on his shoulder being like, I want to be the best scare and stuff like that.
They have a rivalry.
I'll say I think he has the coolest monster design.
Yeah, his is really creative. He's kind of like a chameleon. He can turn invisible and blend in to his environment.
Yeah, it's legit, if he came into the real world, I could actually see him being.
He would be fucking scary.
He would be pretty scary. So, but yeah, he's a pretty good villain in this one. And then the head of Monsters Inc.
Mr.
Water Noose. Yeah, actually, his design is pretty sick as well. He's like this.
He's got kind of crab legs. And
and a bunch of eyes and stuff like that. His design is really cool as well. So him and Randall, I really like their designs. So pretty much, this is a spoiler discussion, so I'm sure you guys already know if you've seen the movie.
And it's also from 2001, so this movie came out 20 years ago. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry if we spoiled it for you.
You just don't want to see it.
Years. Yeah. It's on the internet.
It's on Disney
Plus.
Plus.
On Disney Plus. This movie's been out forever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So at first we think, he's just the humble businessman, the owner of Monsters Inc. He's out to make sure he cares about everyone's well-being and stuff like that. And then it turns out there's a twist with him later on that he's the one there's this big plan that he has with Randall, conspiracy, trying to figure out a better alternative to power their city
because there's a scream shortage.
Yes,
they need more power than they're getting currently.
Which that kind of surprises me because with all the scares that they're doing with Sully and stuff like that, they're having a shortage.
Apparently.
What's happening?
Well, that's the setup of this movie. There's a scream shortage. These are our main players.
And so their plan is they created this other machine called the what is it? The scream extractor. Yes. So pretty much
this is a secret plan that Randall has, and at the beginning we don't know that Water Noose is involved.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So their whole plan is they want to kidnap the kids from the human world, take them and extract the screams from them in person. So pretty much sucking the life out of them with this machine, like a Dementor, pretty much, and possibly they'll die.
Anyway,
that's dark.
That's pretty fucking dark.
That's really dark.
Yeah. Let's go back a little bit though.
Yeah.
So, what happens on that first day that they show us? There is a 2319, so they're going about their scaring as usual, and then George, I think his name is, comes back from one of his doors, and he has a sock on him.
Yes.
Poor George.
Poor George.
And so they call in what is it? Their, SWAT team. I forgot what the name of it is, though. It's a Child Detainment Agency or something. Yeah,
wasn't it a cool acronym or something like that?
Let's look up. what it is. Just Monsters Inc. CIA.
Monsters Inc. CIA.
Well, not really. So Monsters Inc. CDA.
CDA.
The CDA is the Child Detection Agency.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so they're wearing, like, the yellow biohazard suits, and so they, like, shut down the scare floor, and they surround George, and they shave him, and then they explode the sock, and we're like, oh, the scare floor's shut down now until we can, like, verify that nothing else has come out, and then we get this scene between Water Noose and Sully. It's like, oh, just what we need. But I'm glad you're here, Sullivan. Can you come give a demo tomorrow about scaring to the new recruits? They're not really up to snuff, and he's like, of course, Mr. Water Noose, you've been such a mentor to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mike is trying to go on a date with Celia, and there's this whole thing of, oh, he has to do his paperwork.
Yeah,
and
he keeps forgetting.
Yep, he has to turn it into Ross. We got to talk about Ross.
Creepy lady.
Mike Wazowski, if you remember to do your paperwork.
That's exactly what she sounds like. That's spot on.
It's played by a man as well.
I'm unsurprised. Who plays him?
Bob Peterson.
Bob Peterson plays Roz.
Mm-hmm. So,
Alright.
that was surprising, but yeah, I thought she's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, I like Roz
Her
as a character. Just like...
Just her dry delivery and stuff like that. Just,
It's good.
Really cool. And her design I like as well. Just big old sloth.
So basically, yeah, she's like, where's your paperwork, Wazowski? And he's like, and he's trying to leave for his date. And so Sully says that he'll take care of it. And he goes to grab the paperwork, and he sees that there's a door on the scare floor for some reason. He's like, what's that doing there? Yeah.
And so Sully being curious, he opens the door and see if anyone's in there.
Anyone's scaring?
Right. And so, okay, he closes the door and stuff like that. And then, oh, wait, there's a little kid that came out.
No, she left.
Yep.
And she won't stay in the door.
Yep.
He's trying to put her back. She keeps appearing behind him.
Yep. Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Boo is so cute.
I love Boo.
So great.
Yeah, and I did have a Boo doll as a child.
Honestly, that sounds kind of creepy to have a Boo doll, but you know.
She had a Halloween costume. He looked exactly like her too.
And you said there's like a little button in the middle
talked.
that talks. Yeah, that's to which is own. But so yeah, so
that's not even the creepiest doll I had.
Oh really?
No, I had a devil baby doll. It was green with little horns.
Why do you have a devil baby
doll,
Shay?
I bought it. It
why
was
did
cute.
you buy that, Shay? Why do you think that's cute?
My mother got it for me. Her name was Devlin. I'll have to find a picture of her too. Everyone's learning a lot about me today.
We need to have a serious talk about it later. But anyway. Anyway, so Sully is like trying to put her back into her, back into the door and stuff like that. But every time she does, she keeps coming back out.
Yeah, and then he hears that someone's coming, so he's like, oh, shoot. And he puts her in a bag and he hides. And then Randall comes in. Yes.
So apparently Randall is cheating because, he didn't get the most scares. So after work, he's trying to amp up more scares, after work and stuff like that. So to
boost his title. Or that's what we think at this point.
What we think. Until, twist.
Until later. He sends the door up, and so now Sully can't put Boo back. And so what can he do but show up at the restaurant where Mike and Celia are having a date and go, Look in the bag. What bag?
What bag? And then
shit.
And then Boo is like going up on the stage at the restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a
that.
fancy sushi restaurant.
And then she just goes Boo, and then all the monsters freak out and run away.
The CDAs and gets involved, and then they have this funny scene of like the news sequence. It's like, the kid picked me up with its laser vision and threw a car.
Like, what? That did not happen.
No.
Well, okay. And then mass hysteria happens in the city, apparently.
Yeah, so they run off with Boo back to their apartment. And they're like, holy shit. What are we going to do?
And then...
they don't want to touch her because they think she's toxic.
Right. And then Boo... is seeing a bunch of toys and stuff or whatever, and
she sees Mike's teddy bear.
But Mike's like, no, you can't have the teddy bear, and then she starts crying.
Yeah, which causes a power surge.
Yep. Whoa, this is insane.
Yeah.
So pretty much the whole plot of the movie is them trying to get Boo back into her world before Monsters Inc. or the rest of their world finds out.
Yeah.
And then on the side, Randall with his devious
secret
plans.
Devious plot.
Yes. So one thing I wanted to say about Boo when Sully was trying to bring her back into her world. She's a teleporter. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, little kids are fast, though.
Yeah, but faster that than fast? You think. Like,
well, this is a movie, so we have to make allowances.
I mean, true.
Like, she's really fast.
Right, but like, yeah, there's like a couple of scenes where I'm just like when Sully's like, when he actually goes into her room and puts her on the bed, and then he runs back out, and then he's
behind him.
Like,
he's outside again already, and you're like, what?
Like, huh? Or
fast.
How does nobody, when they open the door, how does nobody see anyone coming out? Like, just literally just sneaking past. Like, do they not look down? Do they not hear noise walking past? Like, she's a teleporter. I don't care. But yeah, it was kind of funny seeing some of the slapstick and stuff like that with Sully trying to take her back, bring her back home. Sully ended up getting tangled in a bunch of her toys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's trying to hide it, and it's like couldn't find a garbage can or whatever, so he tries to flush it down the toilet, and that doesn't work. And so he ends up putting it in George's locker, actually.
Poor George.
George opens it, another 2319. And so,
oh, yeah.
Quiet, we're recording. Sorry, it's my phone. But anyway, so
yeah, once they're back in the apartment, they eventually just give her the bear, and then she starts laughing. Because of, like, the song he does. And then another power surge, but it makes all the power go out. And they're like, oh, that's weird.
Foreshadowing.
And then Mike's like, what are we gonna do? I think we should dig a tunnel using mostly spoons and release her into the wild. And so he's like, we can't do that.
Yeah, you can't have the kid roaming around in the world. That'd
be bad. So they determined that they should take her back to Monsters Inc. the next day and try and get her back through her door. And so they sacrifice their chair in their living room to make her a monster costume and the lamp. And they dress her up as a monster, and then when they go to work the next day, they're like, yeah, it's bringing a distant, obscure relative to work day. Like, and Waters like, I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, it's very specific, but okay. But
okay, I mean, there's a lot of specific, like, International Day of whatevers.
Yeah, it just keeps coming up out of nowhere. It's like, oh, Happy National Pie Day. Oh, Happy National Siblings Day. Happy National
Talk Like a Pirate Day. That's a real one.
Wait, what?
I don't remember which day it is, but that's a thing.
Talk Like a Pirate Day?
I'll look it up.
What in the world? What is wrong with you people? Where do you come up with this stuff? Why do you need...
It's September 19th. We missed it.
Oh.
Oh, sad.
Well, maybe that's when we could do Parts of the Caribbean.
Ooh, look it up for next... Yeah, we'll do it next year.
Next year.
Talk Like a Pirate Day. We'll do that whole podcast. Talking Like a Pirate. Just kidding. We're not doing that.
That's gonna make my voice hurt. That's gonna hurt my voice.
That's why I said just kidding.
But, so yeah, so they lose Boo with the because he's with the other monster kids, and they're getting a tour.
Boo runs off.
Yep.
In the factory, and they're like, shit.
Yep, and Sully's freaking out trying to find her and stuff like that. And then Mike runs into Randall. He's trying to hide the fact that they have a human child in the factory. But and then Randall's starting to get a little bit suspicious, but he's like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, then he sees him on a newspaper that he was at the restaurant. He's like, Wazowski.
What? It's like, you know where the kid is? Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember that kid.
He's like, you know where the kid is. I can bring her back home. I know which door she's in. So.
Yeah, he's like, when the clock is at this, the scare floor will be...
When both hands are up.
Empty.
Yeah, the floor will be empty, and her door will be there, and you bring her back to her door and stuff like that. And so Mike is racing to Sully to try and
get her into the door.
And then there was this whole thing of
Sully thought that she went through a trash compactor because one of her lamb pies got stuck in a garbage can.
Yep.
He's very distraught. And then he hears a bunch of children going, Mike Wazowski, through the halls.
Yep. That's her favorite word, Mike Wazowski. So yeah, they do end up finding Boo, and Mike's trying to tell Sully that I know where her door is, whatever, and Sully's getting suspicious, being like, I don't know.
This seems like a trap.
Yeah, this seems like a trap.
Suspicious.
Yeah,
and so Mike's
like,
I'm gonna go in there, and he jumps on the bed, and then he gets scooped up in a box.
It's like, Randall, were you not aware of what you snatched
up?
up?
A human child versus, a
little one-eyed green alien
monster.
Yeah, it's like he didn't look before he snatched.
Scoop.
He's like, okay. But anyway, that's a nitpick.
Anyway, yeah, and then he takes him to the secret compartment in the secret room.
Bowels of the factory, whatever.
It's like, why do they have this room? Why is there a secret door back here? This is sketchy.
Yeah, and then on top of that, he was with the scream extractor. Mm-hmm. How did no one know that was there? Like, how did they make this? Like, and no one knew about it.
How long has this nefarious plot been going on?
Right. So when Randall finds out, I got Mike instead, so I'm going to lock him on the screen extractor.
Yeah, we're going to torture him so that we can find out where the kid is. Mm-hmm. We're like, that seems bad. But Sully and Boo have secretly followed them there.
Yep. He unplugs the screen extractor, and Randall's like, what? I'm going to see what that is.
Yeah, he follows along the plug, plugs it back in, and then when he comes back, his own goon is being extracted. Fungus is his name?
Fungus is his name.
His name's Fungus. Poor Fungus.
Yeah, poor Fungus. But yeah, so he gets screen extracted, and like it takes all the color out of him.
It's really,
And like
he's a little red monster, and then...
Ooh. This movie's kind of dark.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I like about Pixar, because they're not
dark kid movies.
Yeah, they're definitely not kids films. They're adult films that are kid friendly, I would say, and have kid aesthetics. That's what I like about Pixar. They're not afraid to get adult or dark, but it's not too much where it feels gratuitous. But anyway, so after that, Randall is chasing after Sully and Mike and Boo, and Sully tries to warn Water Noose about Randall's plan and about Boo. It's like, we need to bring Boo back. She accidentally got into the monster world and stuff like that. And then Water Noose is like, oh man, so unfortunate this happened. Are you the only ones that know about this? It's like, yeah, that's it. Okay. And so Water Noose is leading them back to the main room with all the doors.
I think they did this in the simulation room, didn't he? He's like, he calls the door and he's like, this isn't Boo's door.
Right.
And then they...
Oh, actually, before that, because Water Noose was wanting Sully to do a demonstration with the interns and stuff like that, and like Sully's trying to talk to Water Noose, being like, I got something really important to tell you, but Water Noose is like not hearing. It's like, I want you to scream. I want you to demonstrate the scream for these guys. But Sully's like, no, I can't right now. I got to tell you something really important. But Water Noose is like, scream, roar, and then
he does it.
Yeah, Boo is actually hiding somewhere, and Sully's watching, and then
she's terrified of her monster friend.
Yep, Sully roars.
And some sad music.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Boo's like scared of Sully because of the roar, and so that's when Water Noose finds out about all this stuff, and so at first we're thinking, okay, Water Noose is just going to bring Boo back to her worlds before stuff escalates and everything will be okay, water under the bridge and stuff like that. But then they bring a different door.
They're like, this isn't her door.
No,
this is a weird steel door that looks really creepy.
Yeah, it's not Boo's doors. No. It's yours.
It's
and then
yours.
He pushes Mike
them through
and Sully.
Banishes them to the human world.
Yep, in the middle of the Himalayas, and Water Noose and Randall keep Boo in the monster world till I guess they're going to extract the scares from her and possibly kill her. Ooh, goodness. We're talking about children murder in a Pixar film. Nuts. But anyway, so they're out in the Himalayas, and then they run into this abominable snowman.
Super nice guy.
And
offers some snow cones.
Yeah.
Yellow snow cones.
It's
lemon.
Lemon snow cones.
Where did he get the lemons in the Himalayas?
That's a good question. Maybe from the village. I don't know. the town. I don't know. And the voice actor for the Abominable Snowman is the same voice actor as this is bad because I love Toy Story. The pig in Toy Story. I forget his name. I'm sorry.
Could you? I also can't remember.
Call yourself a Disney fan? You don't know?
Hey, that's Pixar.
Pork Chop. I think that's her name.
That's probably
Pork Chop. Yeah, the same voice actor as Pork Chop is the voice of the Abominable Snowman. So I thought that was cool. So there's you got this whole thing of Sully's trying to figure out a way to get back to the human world, but Mike's really mad at him because
it's like, you got us into this mess.
You didn't pay attention enough to me. It's all about you. And it's just like, what? What? Okay, this is another nitpicky thing. Even though it kind of is Sully's fault in a way that got to the situation. The whole fact that he's making it about him, whatever, it's like, it's
they need to have conflict.
I guess, but it kind of felt a little unnatural. It's like he's complaining about stuff that's not even important. Like when he
has just been banished to the human world, and he's probably never gonna see like his girlfriend or his friends or his family again, and
True.
Doesn't have a way to get back.
So when Sully's trying to figure out a way to get back, he's all like,
I
no.
have to go save Boo. And he's like, what about us, Sully?
Well, in order for him to save Boo, he has to go back to the monster world.
Yeah.
So while he's saving Boo, you can go back to the monster world. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, just think about it in a practical sense, you know? But yeah, I will say, like, you know, he's all about, we gotta save Boo. It's like, first of all, the child doesn't even belong to you. So
this is like, a child you found yesterday.
It's like you're growing attachments to it. And it's like, you shouldn't be. It's just, the kids are dangerous, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Though it turns out, you know, Sully was touching her the whole movie and nothing happened to him, so.
Yeah, because they're not toxic.
Yeah, not toxic. But anyway, so Mike decides to stay behind for the time being, and then Sully decides to go out in a blizzard.
To ski down a mountain.
Mm-hmm. Which, okay, so there's another thing. So they said that the closest town or whatever was like, what was it, 3 hours away?
I think I said 3 days.
3 days away, okay.
But he gets there
real quick. Like, okay. So the geography's kind of
whatever,
inconsistent, but okay. We got to get to the climax. That's fine. But
yeah.
So anyway, he takes the sled and then it slides to the town, and then that's how he.
Yeah, he like gets through a kid's room and like goes back, but like the doors have to be active from the other side.
Yes.
So, like, that's a little bit of a, like,
that's a
how
point.
do we know they'd be active at that point?
Right.
Just plot convenience.
Yes, that's something that they address in Monsters University as well. So, yeah, that's pretty convenient. But, okay.
Sure, we'll go with it. Movie magic.
Mm-hmm. So, when he gets to the real world, he's trying to sneak through the factory and stuff like that and try to find Boo. And apparently Mike came back anyway. Okay, that's another thing. How did Mike get to the real world to the monster world so quickly? You know, it's like, okay.
Yes, they're back. Guess who's back?
Guess who's back
again.
Mike and Sully. Tell a friend. But so when they get back to the monster world, they eventually find Boo, and then they end up getting in this whole chase with
the door chase is fun. Where they're going through different doors and going through the human world and coming back through the monster world at different doors. Very fun.
That was a very creative sequence. It's really, really cool. What other thing I gotta know? Is it a TARDIS in there? Because look how big that room is with all them doors. Is like, is the factory that big? Exactly.
Like, what are the dimensions of this factory? But yeah,
it's bigger on the inside.
They do explain like Boo laughing activates those doors, so I'm okay with those ones being activated.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then they make that kind of a plot point when they try to get her back into the back to her door, because like Mike's trying to, do slapstick in front of her to make her laugh. And then I think there was like one part where Mike was like insulting Sully or something, and Boo had a pouty face and was like mad, and I was like, I think she heard you, man. It's like, okay, I'm gonna make her laugh, and though she tries, and then nope, she's still mad. It's like, oh dang it. And so they end up getting caught though, and
Didn't they end up throwing Randall through a door into the human world, and then it, like, breaks
yeah.
on the ground, and he gets trapped there, and then we get
Right, like, they throw him into, like, a door where it leads him to the country or whatever.
Yeah, they're like, there's a gator, mama!
Then they hit him with a chair.
There's a gator in the house!
Did they hit him with a chair or something?
Like that.
That was hilarious.
Shovel.
The shovel. Oh, yeah,
it might have been a shovel.
Yeah. That was fun.
Mom, there's a gator in the house again. Again?
Again? How'd it get in the first time?
Sir?
What? Okay.
Explanation? Anyway.
Yeah.
And then we hear nothing about him again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. And so they're getting caught by Water Noose, and then
But then they have him on. They're in the simulation room, right? They get locked in there, and then they get him on camera saying, I would kidnap 1,000 children before I would let this company die.
Yep.
And everyone's like, oh, shit.
Dang.
Ooh.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, and that Water Noose gets arrested.
Because they were recording that the whole time for the CDA to listen to and stuff like that. So yeah, Water Noose gets arrested, and then it's revealed that Roz is the head of the CDA.
Yeah, she's been undercover.
And so
the Monsters Inc. to uncover this scheme.
Yep.
Like, we never would have known it went all the way up to Water Noose if not for your actions. But she's also like, y'all got in the way, though.
Yeah, they kind of did.
You kind of, like, messed up our plan, but you did find out Water Noose was at the heart of this. So good on ya. Don't do it again.
Don't do it again. So, yeah. So now now Roz is like, okay, we gotta bring her back to the human world, but you can't ever see her again. We're gonna shred her door. Yep. So there's this whole very sad goodbye between Sully, Mike,
and Kitty.
Yep, Kitty. Kitty has to go. It's like, little Easter eggs. Boo had like the same bouncy ball from Toy Story and a Jessie doll and stuff like that. So nice little product placement you got there, Pixar. But anyway,
Pixar likes to do that.
And then
the Pizza Planet car and everything.
And then there's people online have theories that all the Pixar movies are in the same universe. I'm like,
I've seen those.
Yes, a couple of those. Okay, that's kind of creative. But then I'm like, some of these are a little bit of a stretch. Especially the Cars one. There's no way you can justify the Cars being in the same world. There's no freaking way. I don't want to hear it. Don't put it in the comments. I already saw it. Don't try. Anyway, so there's this small... So it's the sad goodbye between Sully and Boo.
Yeah.
And, they shred her door. And then they find an alternative to power to power all their electricity.
Yeah, they found out that the power of laughter is better than the power of screams. So now they're comedians for children?
Okay, look.
So, they go through the doors now and try and get the kids to laugh.
Yeah, which I'm like, Okay, so kids are just going to accept
They're just cool with it now.
Random monsters coming in telling them jokes.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Have a nice little ending there. I guess that's fine.
I'm like, wow, you've solved the scream shortage. Also, Sully's in charge of the factory now.
Yep. So, cool.
Cool
beats.
And then it's been like a year or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sully always has this little chip of Boo's door that he carries around on a clipboard, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mike's like, I have a surprise for you, bud. And he's put her door back together, except for the one piece.
And so he puts the little piece back in the door, and then the light comes on, and then the portal works.
They open it, and we hear Kitty.
And
then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. And then what I like attention to detail. A lot of people may have noticed this, because since this was a year after that happened, Boo sounds slightly older when she says Kitty at the end. And I was like, that's a nice detail. I like that.
Good. Yeah.
I would love to see what they do in a sequel. Oh, wait, they didn't do that. No.
Oh, no, they gave us a prequel. so.
Okay. But yeah, that is our thoughts on Monsters, Inc. overall.
Yeah.
Really.
It's a great movie. It's one that I love from my childhood. And we watched over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes. Even though I have some nitpicks with some of the rules.
Yeah, some of like the timing of things. Just like, okay, sure, that's fine.
This is still a very well written movie.
Yeah.
The world is very well realized. It's very creative. It's really unique. The characters are really likable and interesting. There's a lot of heart in this movie. Got me in the feels a couple of times. So, yeah, it's definitely one of Pixar's classics. I watch it over and over again. I already watched this so many times.
I've seen this movie so many times.
Yeah, it's so
It's nice
good.
to rewatch it recently, though.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I will say that Monsters, Inc. is greatness.
Yeah. This is a classic.
Classic. But yeah, that is our thoughts on Monsters, Inc. What did you guys think about it? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Comment below. Let us know. So, the next one we'll be talking about is the prequel to Monsters, Inc.
Monsters University.
Monsters University. So, tune in for that when it comes out. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you want to be notified on future videos we'll be doing. A lot more Halloween-themed Disney movies coming soon. Okay, that one will probably have to be an in-between Halloween and Christmas.
We'll have to do that in the interim, but
yeah,
just because it is October now, which is basically Halloween.
Basically Halloween.
Lindsay hates my best friend Lindsay hates when I say that. She's like, Halloween's just the 31st. I'm like, nope, it's the whole month.
It's a whole month.
The whole month.
Get the whole month.
Celebrate the whole month.
If you're gonna try and have
Lindsay,
Christmas take up 3 months, you need to be quiet first of all. Stop with that. It's like Christmas starts October 1st. No, it doesn't. It doesn't start November 1st. It doesn't start no. It starts December. Okay, that's your month. Stick with it. You can even have a little bit of January since you guys can't get over that. People don't take down their decorations for 3 months after Christmas.
Yeah, let me have Halloween.
Yes.
And Thanksgiving.
Let's have Halloween and Thanksgiving, please. But anyway, that's all we have for you Disney and Pixar fans.
Let us know what you thought.
Yes, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.